Good morning, everyone. Another Friday morning at 10 o'clock. Hello. It's pretty warm in Perth. It's going to be 33 degrees. It's 22 now, but it's warming up in the studio. But it's nice to be coming to you. Apologies for the bad sound. I am trying to... And already I'm having glitches, and it told me my video was paused, so hopefully it will remain on now. I'm using my tablet this time. I think that my computer took up too much bandwidth, so I'm trying this. Let me know if you can hear me. Let me know if the sound is breaking up. I can see somebody's online already, so that's lovely. Welcome to my video. I'm Karen Frankel, and I'm here to dispel the myth of creativity that people believe that you're either born creative or not. And I'm here to tell you that that's not true. I have a passion for sharing my information. Lovely, we've got 3 people on. Hello, Julie, welcome. Everyone, send me hearts, send me loves. Let me know if you can hear me clearly. I'm not sure what I can do about it. I've just got somebody coming to sell me something at the door, and I've just waved him off. Bad timing. Today we're talking about dare to stuff it up, taking risks. It actually applies to life in general. Sometimes we get a little bit scared and we don't let ourselves enjoy life. And in my case, obviously, today we're talking about taking risks in creativity, and the thing that stops us, that big white canvas that we come up against, or even a little piece of paper that we are so scared of stuffing it up. And what resonates with a lot of people, a lot of my students. Oh, thank you, Tamara. Thank you for letting me know. That's great, Julie. Thank you. Welcome to the video. Hopefully I've got the sound sorted and the video sorted. So hopefully this will be a goodie. So that expectation that we have that we're about to sit down with a piece of paper and start sketching, and we don't want to stuff it up. Already we don't want to stuff it up because it's a nice piece of paper, and as soon as we put that mark on the piece of paper, we're going to stuff it up. So that also stops us from using our good paper. Some people I know buy a special sketchbook, and the special sketchbook is only for when they travel or when they're doing special sketches, and that in itself is enough to scare anyone. And so we need to have the attitude that the sketchbook is there for you to sketch, and whether you stuff it up or not is immaterial. Just do it. I know that's very, very hard to do sometimes. It's much easier to say, but we have to have that attitude. Use the good paper. I know one of my other students sent me a lovely email to say that she keeps her good watercolor paper for when she's good, and discovered that if you don't use decent watercolor paper, you don't get decent results. So, and I discovered in my early watercolor career that the sizing that's in the watercolor paper that keeps the watercolors on the surface and lets it sink in very slowly, that sometimes disappears. And if you keep your special paper and you use it 3-4 years down the track, it doesn't work as well as it would have right at the beginning. So use your good paper. At the end of the day, it's just a piece of paper. Have that phrase in your mind. It's just a piece of paper. And even if it's a canvas, it's just a canvas. Some of my most successful paintings have been canvases or pieces of paper or pieces of watercolor paper that haven't gone as planned, and I have sanded them back. I've worked over them, and the lovely texture of what was there before enhances the next layers. So it's just a piece of paper. It's not a cliff that you're going to walk off. You are not going to die. You're not even going to hurt yourself. You don't even have to show it to someone. If you think about it, I know canvases can be quite expensive, but you can reuse them. But as far as a piece of paper goes, even a piece of good Watercolor paper costs you $10 for a big sheet. You can get a couple of paintings out of that, and $10 is 2 cups of coffee. You can spend that in a day quite easily. Going out for lunch with your friend, it's not even that much. So the experience that you get, the time that you get with that piece of paper is worth every cent. So now we come to dare to stuff it up. And that is the feeling that you get even when you've started on your work, of being very careful. And very often when I start a piece, and I know this is common for lots of my colleagues, lots of my friends, lots of my students, you start a piece and it's working so well and you've got the energy of a new piece, and you get to a certain point and you go, now what? I don't really want to stuff it up, but I know it's not finished, and is it good enough to leave like that? What do I do now? Or even if you do know what to do now, if you've got to put a wash of paint on, it's big and scary, and now you can't rub away the wash of paint, whereas you could rub out your pencil. So it becomes very scary at that point. And that's where the dare to stuff it up comes in. You have to have that attitude. What's the worst that can happen? You can stuff it up. But what does that mean? What does stuffing it up mean? Stuffing it up means it's not going to be, it may not, if worst happens, it may not be what you expected it to be. You're going to spoil it. Well, spoiling it may actually take you on a different journey. So daring to spoil what you've done means that you have a preconceived idea of what you want this to look like. And that's fantastic. I don't mind that at all. I do that. We all do that. And we plan for certain outcomes. But daring to move beyond those outcomes is where the magic really comes in. And at the very best, you will have an excitement on your page that's not precious. It will still move towards you where you want to be, but there will be a movement on the page, not a precious, tentative mark. Anybody else coming to join me? I'm just trying to scroll up there. Say hi, send me some waves, let me know that you're there. Sorry, I've lost track with myself. So at the very best, you will move into your work in an exciting way that puts your energy into it, where you're not scared of it, where you're not rubbing out, where you're not making very tentative marks. A bit like if you ever use a pen to sketch with, your brain kind of says, well, I know that I can't rub it out, so I'm just going to let you go and let you stuff it up if you're going to stuff it up. And what happens is something really exciting most often. So the best that can happen, it'll move forward better than you planned. The worst that can happen is you move forward in a different way. You get some challenges happening. You get some color on there that you don't like, and you go, maybe I can make that work for me. Or what happens if I scrub that back? Sorry about that. That's a new glitch for me to work out when my video pauses. I'm not quite sure what you're seeing on your side. Let me know. Does it go black and then come back to me? Anyway, if it's not something you like, that's when your creative problem solving comes in. So you can layer a piece of paper on that. You can get some pen sticks. You can wash a completely different color over it. You've stuffed it up already, so that means you can experiment without fear of stuffing it up again. So isn't that delightful? So again, some of the best creations happen when you are taking that risk. So if you've already, in your consideration, stuffed it up, then you can do lots of other things on top of it. I've had canvases that haven't been working, and I've put them under a tap, and I've scrubbed them with a scrubbing brush that's on a canvas. You can actually do that on good watercolor paper. I wouldn't advise that on cartridge paper, but what about, I think I might when it breaks up, when my screen tells me that the video is paused. Okay, so to finish up, just in case it pauses again, it's been lovely speaking to you. Thanks for the people that are online now. I'd love you to watch in replay. If you are watching in replay, let me know in the hashtags. It's nice to know how many people are coming on later. Ask me questions. Let me know how this feedback goes, how the video goes to you. So lastly, dare to stuff it up. It's not very expensive, if that's what worries you, and it may lead you out of your comfort zone, and you may discover a method that speaks to you, that works for you, and all of a sudden you're excited about doing it, and then you wonder how you can stuff up the next one so that it looks like the first one. So happy accidents, we sometimes call them. So happy drawing, get drawing. Please join my Get Drawing email group. That's at karenfrankel.com / or hyphen, that's not good, is it? Get Drawing. But if you go to karenfrankel.com, there's a link there to Get Drawing. I send out plenty of emails giving you a heads up on these videos, but also giving you lots of other tidbits of information. So I'd love to see you there. And I'll see you next week. Thanks for watching. Get Drawing. Bye.